So one last time, domain and range. You always want to write it least to greatest and do not repeat yourself. So if there's 2 3s, you only write it once. And then with graphs, you have the domain as your x values. You start on the left, you work your way to the right.
I remember that.
Range, you start at the bottom, work your way to the top. To tell if something is a function is when every element in domain is paired with exactly one element in the range. In simple terms, every x has only one y. Every x has exactly one y. If there's an x that is mapped to 2 different y's, if there's an x that's mapped to 2 different y's, then it's not a function.
Yeah, that.
So every x has exactly one y.
Can you put one on board where it's not a function?
Yeah. Absolutely, that's what this is. So a function, I'll just start doing some random points. I think it's easier to see in a table, which you're about to get to, but just so that you have some points.
See if you have 3 x's and 4 y's, yeah, something's wrong.
3 x's, absolutely, yeah. So every x, 3 is being mapped to 2, 1 is going to 7, 0 is going to -2. That's fine. Every x has exactly one y. But if 3 went to 2, 1 went to 7, and then 3 went to -3, that would not be a function because 3 is going to 2 and 3 is going to -3.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
So every x can only have one y.
So if there was 2 3's, then it'd have to be another 2, right? Right, Sussy vodka.
So like I said, I think the table isn't a table. The diagram is easiest because it's you see 3 on one side is going to 2. So that's why that's not allowed. If you are looking at a graph, the easiest way to see if it's a function is your vertical line test. Some middle school teachers called it the pencil test.
I like that vertical line test though.
Where you just hold up your pencil.
It's pretty free, like sussy. Sussy popping. If it goes through 2 points, then it's not a function.
If it goes through 2 points, it's not a function. So if I draw a vertical line and it only crosses once, it is a function. But if I'll do a sideways parabola. But if I can draw a vertical line anywhere and it crosses twice, then it's not a function.
What is that?
That's a sideways parabola. Parabola.
Parabola?
Yeah. So remember, don't write 5 twice. Domain is just saying these are the x values used, not how often they're used. Just these are the x values used. Least greatest. -6, 0, 2, and 4.
Sorry about that.
So you said no because the x was used twice. 5 was used twice. Somebody in my last class said if the domain is smaller than the range, then it's obviously not a function.
Wait, what?
If the domain is smaller than the range, then it's obviously not a function.
Why?
Because that meant the domain had to go to 2 things at least, if not 3.
So if the domain is smaller than the range, then it's not no function.
Yep.
Okay. So what's going on with you? What's going on with you?
Slow me down. Least greatest.
Tell me. I don't feel like asking around. You're confused about what? About what? Parts?
There's 2 y's. Does that mean it's a function or not?
2 y's?
Yeah.
What you talking about?
So a number 3, is that a function?
Number 3, yes, it's a function.
We agree with him?
Yeah, it's a function.
Yeah. Yeah, you can have multiple y's, just not multiple x's.
Oh,
The x's can't repeat. The y's are allowed to repeat.
you're so sus. Poppy. The eggs. I'm about to flip my lid. Oh, it is. It's so crusty bug. Let me see if I can get like this. Boy, you have JS's pictured car like
Nothing's repeating this one, so that one's obviously a yes. Obviously.
a few times in the dome, and then
You look so serious.
I've been told I have RBF.
no, you don't, dude.
It's true.
Summer does. Rest your face, Summer.
No, she can't. Even if she tried, she couldn't.
You do.
No,
You have an RBF.
no.
Questions.
Resting bitty face.
Don't think that's what that stands for.
Yeah.
This is when I think it's the easiest. Let's just see.
Number 5 is not a function.
Correct. No. If I go too fast and you need me to go back, I can.
2 out.
I think it's just kind of tedious writing it all down.
Imagine I like a wet fart like that. Like, how disgusting that would be.
You have this on.
Remember that? I said, and it was like it jiggled my cheeks and stuff. Like, what are you watching, guy, bro?
What about 6? Yes or no?
What's it called?
Yes, it's a function. Yes, it's a function. And you don't write 7 twice, even though 2 errors are going to 7. That's another mistake I see written a lot.
I mean, you could pretty much just call me daddy. I mean, that would work. So, number 7 is not a function.
Why?
Vertical line test.
Vertical line test.
Stop it now.
Slow me down if I go too quick.
What is it, Nix?
Domain, you start on the left, work your way to the right.
Tell me. Right now. See, that's how it would be.
Start at the bottom, work your way up.
If you didn't, I would have to try. From an elephant trunk. I would learn their language and speak it. Sorry about that. Are y'all really graphing those points? Like, y'all are crazy.
Is this a function? No. Where does it fail the function? -3. -3. There's 2 points at -3. So my vertical line,
Does it matter if it's element or
yes, least to greatest. On 8, you can't list all the points. So that's when you start writing an interval notation. So it'll be the infinities. This is headed left forever and right forever. So with domain, you're thinking left and right.
No, he's,
And with range, you're thinking up and down,
she's definitely like some like double.
bottom to top.
She probably is some like she's probably some like the I'm gonna kiss it. Dude, you ain't gonna stop. Shut up.
Same thing. This one's going down forever. This one's going up forever. Can you stop distracting me?
You really don't know how to do this?
No, you're just distracting her. I didn't tell you. Yeah.
Who? Number 8. Yes. Vertical line test, girl.
Yes, positive vertical line. Anywhere I draw a vertical line, it only crosses once,
See, functions are pretty easy till you get that dang function notation.
which we're going to get to on the next page.
Those are pretty easy. It's MX plus B, right? Why you doing MX plus B?
All right, let's get to our harder domain and range. Number 9.
Okay, I do need to do this one though.
Number 9. Where does my x value start? Nice. -4. This is my first x value. My first x value is at -4.
And then the
Bracket
Y.
or parentheses? Bracket.
What's the Y? Negative.
Bracket. There is a point there. Even though it's not like exaggerated, there is a point right there.
The Y is -4, right? Or sus?
Why? You mean like the last one?
No, this is so sussy baka baka sus sus.
So,
ninja. Like, I don't wanna-
-4. Or does this graph end?
I don't know. Infinity?
Infinity. To the right forever. Both of these are going to the right forever. So positive infinity. So -4 to positive infinity. There's x values all in between
Why
here.
are you doing the brackets and parentheses?
Because we're writing an interval where there are x values. This is interval notation.
Wait, so why would you do infinity and why would you do the brackets on each one?
At -4, it's a bracket because there's a point there. If it was an open circle or an arrow, that's when it's parentheses. It is not an exaggerated point, no. Like you can't see the point. But that's how the graph's there, is that you know there's a point there. It would be an exaggerated open circle if it wasn't. So because all lines are formed by points. Range? Start at the bottom, work your way to the top. -infinity to infinity. I've had people tell me infinity to infinity before because this is headed right. But remember with range, it's always going down. You're not thinking about right and left, you're thinking up and down with range. Is this a function? No. I draw a vertical line and it can cross 2 places.
Dude!
No.
Like, boy, nice shins. Like, kill him. Kill.
All right, what do you think about
You okay?
10?
Kill my ass.
Not a function.
No,
I'm good with
it's
that.
not.
Yes. It starts at -2. My x values start at -2.
And it ends at +5.
And it ends at +5.
And those are brackets, right?
Those are brackets because there's points there. So our domain is just saying there are x values between -2 and 5.
Okay. I like the way you explained that right there. And the Y is -2 and +4.
-2 to +4. So my y's are from -2 to +4.
I really am trying to doodle, but these notes are taking too long. Yeah, man, I gotta go doodle, man.
The whole class does not need to know that. You just have to ask for the bathroom.
Can I go to doodle?
No, you may go to the bathroom.
I'm gonna go ask TikTok.
So we graphed 11 in the calculator, and now we're going to talk domain. Here it is running off my graph. So does that mean it ends there? No. You can move this around if you want to see it move around. You just click and hold the middle button, and a hand comes up. So you can see that it's still going and going and going. And then Control Escape brings it back to where it was. That's like your undo button. Control Escape is your backspace button. So this is going down forever to the left, -infinity. And this one's going to the forever to the right, +infinity. What do you think about the range? to 3. Bracket at 3, negative infinity to 3. It's going down forever, and then it ends at 1, 2, 3. See, 0, 3. There's a way to trace your calculator so you can get some points on it if you had to graph it. The last thing I want to show you, just because this is the first time we're working with graphs, some people really like to see the grids under window. Not under window. Hold on. Settings. No. Hold on. Give me 1 second. View. Under view, you can put your grids on. So if you like to see your lines, you're more than welcome to put that on. So menu, view, your grids, lined, no lines, dotted. So a lot of options to play with. But there you go. Does it pass the vertical line test? Is it a function? Yes, it is a function. I asked that question in too many ways. Yes, remember this is line. So we are starting at our y-intercept of -1, and you have a slope of -5. So you go down 5, right 1. So -5x plus 1. To get another page, I hit Control Dock, because above dock it says. So the domain is negative infinity to positive infinity. The range is same thing, negative infinity to positive infinity. Just like this line up here. All lines always have the same domain and range. Yes, sir. What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, like there could be an intruder. And I'm that intruder.
Is it a function? Yes.
No, that's not okay. You pick him up?
All right, y equals -7. Is that a horizontal or vertical line? That's a good guess. Y equals -7. Is that a horizontal or vertical line?
It's vertical. It's horizontal, actually.
Put a point where
It's
y
the
equals
Y.
-7.
It's the Y, so it's the straight up and down, right?
So y equals -7. I'm going to say -7's right here. That's 0, -7. Then you have 1, -7. Then you have 2, -7. You have -1, -7. So it is horizontal.
How?
I told you it was a good guess.
I'm outraged. This is outrageous.
So that's what it looks like. Y equals -7.
Wait, so if it's x equals -7, then it's vertical.
Aha, I like it.
So it's just opposites.
Correct. That's a great question. So -7 isn't on this graph. So you can like grab it and move it, or you can do menu, window zoom, and there's out. And then it tells you center. And I just usually hit the origin so that it stays symmetrical.
Bro, there was some kid in there making fart noises in the stall. He was literally like, it was freaking disgusting.
All right. Domain for a horizontal line. Excuse me. Negative infinity, positive infinity. Heading left forever, heading right forever. What about your range?
It's just -7.
It's just -7. Just -7.
Can't you hear?
That is the only y value. Is it a function?
No, it's
Yes.
definitely a function.
It would pass the vertical line test.
No, would it?
So if y equals -7 is a horizontal line, x equals -1 is a vertical line because x equals -1 at all of these points and more.
I walk by this classroom and saw one of my friends.
It's going to cross at every single spot, so it's not a function. So when you go to this graph on the calculator and you try to enter, these are only being able to enter functions. This line, you can only enter a function. So since it's not a function, you can't graph it in this calculator.
We do function notation tomorrow.
No.
Show my page, dang.
We're not going to do that much of it. We're just going to do a few. You can't put it in a calculator in one term, in one way.
I don't know.
Obviously,
He's gonna lose his marbles. You are?
Have we covered all the homework? That's what I was about to tell you. So in your homework today, no. Okay. We did mapping, so you're good there. We technically did not do evaluating. You can do this, though. I know you can do this. Plug 10 in for X and solve. So we did not cover this, so technically you do not have to do this, but you will have to do it tomorrow. This is when you set the equation equal to 0 and you solve. So we're not there. We're going to do that tomorrow. So if it says function, you can skip it. But I do want you to do the domain and range. I do want you to do the domain and range, which are the last two.
I literally will tell you tomorrow.
I'm just trying to help, Lex.
If it is graphing and you're home, you obviously don't have my calculator. Desmos. And then do the domain and range from the graph.